Right, I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakab Kodash, double ones to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So real quick, I wanted to get this article on Newsbreak because things are getting a lot worse in America, but definitely over here in Arizona, because as I mentioned before, you got a lot of people from different states moving to Arizona. So of course, when you have people moving from different states and moving here, things are going to get more expensive, because why? They got to start building more like residential apartments, houses, and all of that to create more space for the people that's coming down here. So of course that costs more material, shipping, and everything like that. But what's happening is that while you have people coming and coming onto Arizona because it's expensive out where they live at, whether if it's California, New York, or Chicago, or whatever, prices begin to increase out here because now you got more people. So you got more people, that means you got more consumers. And if you got more consumers, then you got products that will be leaving from the stores very quickly. And that's what's happening. When you got products leaving the shelves quickly because you got more people, then guess what? They got to start rising the prices up a little bit. But to add on to the injury is that with the devaluing of the dollar, because at the end of the day, the elites, that's what they want to do, man. They want to do away with the dollar so they could bring in that MOTB, the Charagma, right? That CHIP, to do what? To control, to have more control over you citizens, man, over you people, the masses, the goyim. They want more control over you. So they're gonna do away with the dollar and bring in the MOTB. That's why now, even out here in Arizona, I don't know if they finished building it, but they're settling a chip station out here to build more chips, right? That's what's gonna be in the MOTB and the CHIP is that, right? Is the CHIPs. Well, I already said it, so Salaki, they already, the chips that they have at the chip plants, that's what's going to be in the MOTB, man. That's what they're preparing for, right? It's total control. That's why this digital system is coming in heavy, man. Everything is transitioning to the digital system. First, it's the dollar. Right? People used to walk around with the dollar in their pocket all the time. You know what I'm saying? Having a little cash on them, some change on them. Then what happened? Slowly but surely, they wanted to start, collecting as much of the change as they possibly can. Right? And then, when they was putting those new bills out, like the $2 bill, the $2 bill used to be out there, and they started collecting back the $2 bills and everything like that, man. And then, the dollar is beginning to be used less. So what people are using now? The debit card. And then now with the cell phones, now you can have your debit card and or credit card be put on the cell phone. Right? So now you could just walk up to a damn cash register if they are equipped with it, if they have the equipment for it. But you could just walk up and now tap your iPhone twice and just, it'll read your debit and or credit card just from clicking your iPhone twice. So that goes to show you, man, that they're moving into this digital system. And with the MOTB, man, I remember that was a guy. No, actually not a guy. It was a woman, but it was like a commercial type thing. And they showed on the commercial that she was able to lock her car. She was able to unlock her car, lock her car just by the swipe of her hand when she parked her car, I believe, in a garage. Now, in order for her to have gotten the garage, she was able to swipe her hand again. I forget what it was over, some sensor or something. And guess what? The garage door opened, closed. She got in her house just by the swipe of her hand. And this is what they're preparing you people for. So the MOTB, what features it will also have is what they show also on a commercial years back, is that it will be able to track your calories, your food, just your food intake, food that you eat, whether if you eating healthy. They would know your medical records. This right here, they're setting it all up for total control, man. Total control. And they're showing you that, man. That's why, look at all the prices that's going up on mortgage homes, to rent out a home and or apartment, to get a car, interest rates, all that, man. All of it is playing a part in how bad it's gonna get out here, man. So let me just read this article a little bit. Salakia, I know I'm rambling on, but bear with me for a second, then we're gonna get a scripture. Salakia. I'm about to do no update. Yeah, Salakia, I'm gonna have to go back to it real quick. Right, so it says data, Valley eviction, filings for 2023 ranked second most in a decade, man. Ranked 2023 second most in a decade. So it's getting bad out here for people, because people can't afford anything. When you got, I believe, if I'm not wrong, I believe they lowered the interest rates, but also by lowering the interest rates, it's kind of like a double sword to the poor, because when you lower the interest rates, that means you're paying the product straight out, whether if it's a car or a house or whatever. But when you got high interest rates, the high interest rates make up for that. It kind of helps you out a little bit, and that's what I kind of went over. I studied and went over that, and that's what a guy was talking about, is that on Jeremiah Babe, actually, he was talking to a guy who deals with, financial situations, and he tell you that it's better for people to have a higher interest rate than to just be, paying it straight out. But I think they lowered the interest rates, which is actually bad for the poor or something like that. If I'm on point, that's what he pretty much said. But ultimately, man, it's just getting bad out here for people, because regardless of the fact, the jobs aren't paying enough to actually pay where I work at, close to the lot that I go to drop off my truck, there's a building, and like they have like a lot of businesses in there, from like small type of warehouses and things like that. One of the buildings that was occupied with a company is now up for lease. So more likely, one, either that business moved, or two, it was shut down, because things it's bad out here, man. But they would tell you on the radio, like when I was listening to the radio no more than a couple weeks ago, they was telling you everything was good. Stocks was good. That it's going to be somewhat of a recession, but not as bad. So these are the things that they were saying. But look, evictions is still at an innumerable rate. So it says there were more than 80,000 evictions filing in the Valley of the Sun in 2023, and that number is constantly rising. That's why I said innumerable, because the evictions aren't only happening in Arizona. They're happening in Arizona, Chicago, California, New York, New Mexico, Las Vegas, all over the place, man. That's why I said innumerable. So it says it's only the fifth time in over 2 decades that the Maricopa Justice Courts reported that many in a single year. In December 7,106 eviction was filed around the counties, 26 justice courts precincts, the only December with a higher number of eviction filings occurred in 2005 with 7,128 evictions. And that's just in Arizona, man. That's just down here. That's Maricopa, man. Right? They're not including, Tucson. They're not including Flagstaff. They're not including Yuma and all these other places, man. So it's getting real bad. So if it's getting bad out here, if it's just getting bad out here, man, just imagine how bad it's getting everywhere else in California. One with California, man, got high prices like crazy. But let me get into Salakia. Let me get into the scriptures. So Salakia. I know I've been rhyming it on, man. I just wanted to get a little bit of that and then get into the scriptures. Right? Because again, Jake got a short attention span, man. Jake, and like I said, Lord willing, this is edifying. But Jake will watch 5 minutes of a video, man, and cut it off, man. That's why, I don't really take a lot of time to make long, drawn out videos. Now, brothers who do that, all praises and due to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Whomever is in the spirit to watch him, they will watch him. Well, if the video is an hour and a half or whatever. But I don't make drawn out videos because, like the apostles in GMS say, Jay got a short ass attention span, man. So a lot of times my videos be up to about 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes at best. And that depends on the spirit, man. So Lord willing, man, I hope that's not, I hope that, isn't too horrible that my videos aren't 50 minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. Ezekiel chapter 7. And I actually just want to get to the point. Verse 7. So it says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwelleth in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountain. So the day of trouble is near. And really, man, this is going to hit Jake. This is going to hit Jake like a damn storm, man. This is going to hit Jake like a storm because with Jake is never in preparation, man. Jake is never in preparation. Jake is always just thinking about partying and clubbing and having fun. You know what I'm saying? Eating chicken and watermelon. Not that is anything wrong with that, but ultimately that's just what Jake be focused on, man. Jake isn't focused on the things that's coming to this place. Jake isn't focused on preparation, getting right with the Most High, doing the will of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And even getting, even getting little shit on the side, man. You can get little survival gear and shit like that. It ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It ain't nothing wrong with getting a little survival gear, man. It ain't nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to put your faith in that, man. Your faith have to be ultimately in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because deliverance, being saved, salvation is gonna come through him. Because you got brothers that trip a little bit over telling other brothers to get a little survival gear. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you focus more on just getting right with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And having faith with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to get a little survival gear, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Right? But again, man, great trouble, trials and tribulation is coming. The time of temptation is at hand, man. And we at the end. Going back up to the third verse, man. The third verse tell you that the end is here, the end is near, man. So we coming to the end of this place. We're at the end of America, man. So you want to get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You want to get right, with yourself, examine yourself, and push this word and get into these prophecies, man. But other than that, Salakia for, doing a lot of just rambling. But I'm going to end it from there and say, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work. And truth and sincerity, I like to say shalom.